Yo, we back with another one. I got another banger for y'all, man. We rocking, we doing great content for y'all. We give y'all free gems for free, man. People pay for this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, if y'all don't know, but for the loyal supporters that's been supporting me since the beginning, y'all know who this is. But if y'all don't, shame on y'all.
Shame.
This is really somebody that seen me from the ground up, literally. One of my beautiful aunties. You know, we have this bond that a lot of people don't understand, but you know, it's grown over time.
I love you.
We love you too. So, without further ado, she gonna introduce herself, and we're gonna get the party started.
Hey y'all, it's Nate's auntie. My name is Dominique. I don't know what else to say.
So tell us a little bit about yourself for the people who didn't watch the first episode. We ain't gonna get too much into the upbringing because we already talked about her upbringing a little bit in the last episode we did. So we wanna get into your brain, see how you function, things of that nature. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a mom of 3. I'm a juvenile probation officer. I am currently working on the prevention side of that instead of the actual supervision of it. So, yeah, I don't supervise kids, but I try to prevent them into getting into the system. So right now we're working on the Facts Your Future, which is an initiative through Casey DeSantis, the governor's wife, so the first lady. So, yeah, we're going to be trying to get these kids to stop doing drugs as best as possible.
All right. So that's good. That's a great program. I mean, I'm one of the kids that took the right path because of certain logistics in my life. And
he knew he'd get his ass beat.
Yeah, people like her and other family members that kept me out of trouble showed me the right way, and we here now today.
He liked them pop-ups I did on him too.
What pop-ups you did on me? Tell him a pop-up story. I want to hear this.
Okay, so you don't remember that one time I popped up at your school? I asked for Nathan Lindor. You came up and you were like, yo, auntie, I didn't even know why I was coming up to the front office. I got scared.
Yeah, cause your boy Nate never got called to the front office for nothing. So when they called me up to the front office, I'm trying to see what's going on.
Better not.
All right. So, how was it for you? You know, a little bit. Let's go back into your background.
Okay.
Cause we touched on it a little bit, but I want to see cause this is a more intimate thing. This is a reintroductory. So, what was like school for you? Like, how was high school for you? Middle school and college, cause you did all levels. And we want to know the college lifestyle, the high school lifestyle back in your day.
Okay, so we're gonna start off. So, elementary school was interesting. I was the only black girl in my private school, so I got picked on a lot, which was, you know, I don't know, but yeah, I got picked on a lot in elementary school. Middle school was okay. It was just okay. High school for me was legit fun. It was fun. I wish I could go back to high school because it was a lot of stuff that we did, you know, because we didn't have social media back then. A lot of stuff that we did that you can only talk about, but you really wish that you can go back and like relive it. It was really fun. I loved high school. I learned how to drive in high school. I was in the nursing program at high school, dropped out once they showed me those pictures. It was like, I can't do my life like that. No way, no sir. So I had to pivot and think of something else. I was really good at history, so I thought I'd be like a history major, but I ended up being a criminal justice major. So yeah, your girl's always watching some history stuff. Like, you ask me about some stuff, I may know it because I love me some history. Anyway, college was an experience. No parents, no responsibilities, just having to get up to go to class. But there was parties, there's get-togethers, there's bars. Like, I had a great time in college, but I had to make sure to balance my school life and my social life. So I ended up actually dropping out for a semester because I wanted to concentrate on having a good time. Your grandma doesn't know that.
So something you and my mom got to come and y'all like to have fun. Y'all like to party.
Yes, love to party, but yeah, me and a group of friends, we like your like Nicole, she was there with us. We had great times going to, spring break, BCR. Sometimes we just get up and just go to a club and just hang out and just have a good time. But then I'd have to be up at 7 in the morning to get to my 8 o'clock English class. I would just be like, oh. I remember one class I would legit come in hungover. Grandma doesn't know about that either. And I had this one classmate who would just snitch on me like, Dominique is back here. Like, she doesn't seem as if she's paying attention. And I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? I passed that class with a B minus. Yeah. Your girl was
Rockstar lifestyle.
Yes, you hear me. I was definitely living it. So by the time I got to my junior year, I was just like, let me focus, let me concentrate, let me get up out of here. And I pretty much graduated with all my credits, and I was just like, that's over with. So yeah, college was pretty fun, but not as fun as high school.
Yeah, I experienced college a little bit, and I experienced high school. I think high school, it's like really, you ain't got nothing on your shoulder. You
right.
just floating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I learned is like going back to high school football games because, my little cousins, my brother was in high school after me. It's just seeing it, it's like, damn, I wish I could go back for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All right, so after college, what was next for Miss Dom?
After college, I became a mommy. And I had my first son. He's 16 now.
Shout out to Solo, man.
So I focused on getting a job, and I was an IT tech with Comcast for almost 5 years. Then I became a detention officer. After becoming a detention officer, I became a probation officer, and now here I am as a prevention specialist.
All right, so how was that juggling having a kid and trying to work and trying to stay focused on your career? How was it, like, what was the struggles? What was the pros and cons of that?
The cons were lack of sleep and lack of any type of self-care, because all you're focused on is trying to get to your next class or trying to get to your next job. You have schedules that you have to follow with your job. So it'd be like if I was working 11 to 2, I had to make sure I was, at the job by 10:50 so I wasn't late. Then, making sure I'm home by, 3 o'clock, getting food ready for the family and everything, making my way to the next job or doing the next class. It was a juggling act, but I was able to get a steady rhythm so I can be able to get through it.
Okay, because a lot of people, when they have kids, it kind of like stops their world, kind of stops what they got going on.
Please.
So, like, that's what I was asking, because a lot of people, like, when I had a kid, I had to just focus on the kid, waking up in the middle of the night because the baby crying, things of that nature.
Nah, I had to find a happy medium. So, with Solo, shout out Solo.
Shout out Solo.
I put him on a strict schedule, so I knew what time he woke up, what time he was hungry, what time he needed to be somewhere. So it was boom, 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 and it was don't divert from that schedule. Your grandma, she loved diverting my schedule. She loved it. She loved it.
That's what grandmas are for, though.
She let that boy sleep in. She let that boy eat whatever he wanted. He was pretty much a little spoiled little boy because his grandma spoiled him. So every time he was home with me, he knew what's up. I don't play that.
I can attest.
But with your grandma, oh my goodness, she just spoiled the crap out of him because, that was her first grandbaby after Nehemiah. Yeah, her first grandbaby after Nehemiah. And then, no, it was Jalen.
Jalen, then him.
Then him. Yeah, so she was able to have all these babies around, and all she did was spoil them. And I was just like, you can't do that.
I think when he came around, he was like I ain't gonna lie, he was like the golden child for everybody.
Ugh.
He was everybody loved Darius. Like Darius was everybody's favorite. I don't know why, cause he was my favorite too.
Cha.
Like even like everybody looked over Jalen and Jannard and went straight to Darius. I ain't gonna lie, cause he was dark skinned. He was quiet to me from my personal experience with him. He was quiet and he was like low maintenance. Cause I mean I guess cause the kind of like the schedule you had with him and stuff like that, he didn't really act for too much.
No.
He was the only kid out of all of us was drinking water. He ain't really like juice like that, I guess, until now. But yeah, he was low maintenance and he was fun. He was chill, goofy. So I mean, I guess that's why he was spoiled the most out of everybody.
Yeah, he was spoiled. He still is spoiled. Spoiled.
I don't know. I think y'all a little more strict with him now.
Oh my God, he's spoiled.
All right. So now, what about that second one, Mr. Future Doctor?
So Rashad, my baby Rashad, he loves to be by himself, which is cool with me. But sometimes he likes to be up under me, and I'm just like, "What's up? What's the problem?" And he's just like, "Nothing. I just want to be up under you." I'm like, "Okay." And that boy brings me my A's, my B's. I don't have any complaints. He always wants to do his chores. He always wants to just be off doing whatever it is that he's doing, and then I don't know. It's just my little quiet one. So I let him be. He's always been that way ever since he was a baby. Just leave him be. He was fine. So I just leave him be.
And let's talk about the Mr. Rockstar.
Oh, my baby DJ. Yes. So if you were to ask the other two, they would say he's the most spoiled, and he is. That boy, all he does is just go, and I'm just done. I'm like, here you go. Just take it. That boy knows how to work me. Like, I got chips and cookies in my closet just for him, so his brothers don't eat it. And they're pretty upset with me about that, but that's okay. That's fine.
So,
they all got spoiled.
Out of all three of them, who has like similar traits with you?
With me?
Yeah.
Definitely DJ.
What traits does he have? Like, give us like two.
That mouth. And he has this very big personality. So he's always like, look at me, look at me. I don't do the whole look at me, but when you look at me, you look at me. You hear me? So he gets that for me. And I'm just, he just loves to cuddle and snuggle and just, I don't know. Just.
So the baby gets the cake.
Yes.
So, okay, so when all three of them get older, because, you know, that's what comes part of life, who you think you going to miss the most when they leave?
All three.
You ain't going to miss one more than the other?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, they
all three.
They all get the love.
Because, no, they all have their ways of showing me love. So it's just like when we are showing and expressing our loves to each other, it's different. So I know how to go towards Solo. I know how to go towards Shad. I know how to go towards DJ. You know what I mean? And they know how to come towards me when it comes to, you know, okay, this is what I need from my mom right now. Boom, I'm going to get it. This is how I'm going to get it from her. And that's just how we roll. So, yeah, it's different. It's not the same with each of them. You know, sometimes Darius will be very annoying and I'm just like, he needs to go away. And then here comes the other two just being just as annoying. I'm like, they all need to go. They don't need to stay. Why'd I have kids? Like, you know what I mean? But then there's times where they just, you know, come in and they just give me all the love and emotions that I need in that moment. So it's just like, okay, I love the fact that I have these three souls that love me just as much as I love them.
Okay, so would you go back and have a daughter, or you're okay with having the three boys? Because our family, fun fact about our family before she answers that question, we have majority boys. My mom has 5, she has 3, auntie has 3.
She has 4.
She has 4. Oh, I keep forgetting about it. We're gonna have her on the show soon. I'm sorry, Coda, man. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. He's still fresh to the family. You know what I'm saying?
He's a year old. What you talking about?
He fresh. He's still fresh. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then my uncle has 3 boys, and we really built like our family on the boy side. So it's like, would you go back and be like, I have a girl? Or you okay with being a mom boy, a boy mom?
I don't know. No offense to my nieces, but sometimes when they go into their little tantrums or their little, like the, I'm like, oh hell no, I can't do that. No, and I get that's because they're girls. I'm like, psh, they better tighten up, because with boys it's like, I mean, no offense to boys, but we always, don't
What?
cry, don't do this, don't do that, when we should be teaching you guys to do it, but we keep telling you don't do it. So like with Dorian, I'm just like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Please give me a reason why you're crying. If you can't give me a reason why you're crying, I don't know why you're crying. I can't comfort you. You can't tell me what you need in this moment. I'm not going to feed into it, because all you want is attention, and I'm not going to give it to you. So for me, it's just like, you got to give me a reason why you're crying. Like if your brother is making fun of you, let me go out there and go cuss him out. If you're stub your toe, let me go ahead and wiggle it, see if it's broken, so we can go to the doctor. Like, give me a reason. For a girl, it's just like, I'm a girl and I know why. We just can't help it. We just gotta go. We gotta get a cry out. We gotta just and then the dramatic. They're so dramatic.
So why you think girls are so dramatic?
I don't know. I just know that it's just, as soon as we have that feeling of just being, it's in us. It's in us. And it's just like, when I see my nieces go into that hole, and I'm like, oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God.
So
thank you, God.
That goes into my next question, because we get into motherhood, we get into the background, but now we get into the meat and juice of this conversation, because we want to know those things. We want to know, why does Mother Nature change our personality? Why does y'all have those moments where y'all feel like y'all don't feel nothing, or like, why y'all get these attitudes? What's what
Hormones.
Why you say hormones?
Because hormones. All of this stuff. Boy, let me go into my little conspiracy theory. All the hormones and stuff, additives and stuff that they put in food, it's messing with you. It's messing with your brain. It's messing with your physiology. It's messing with your hormones, and we just snap, just because it's just, we're out of whack.
But y'all can't. Can y'all communicate that, or that's something y'all can't communicate?
No comment. Because when we do communicate, y'all don't listen.
What you mean we don't listen?
Okay,
explain. This is what we're here for.
Men get warning signs. Men get warning signs. They get warning labels. They get warned all the time. Like, you'll say, "Don't do that. Can you please stop?" And then all of a sudden it turns into, "I told you not to do it." You know what I mean? It's just like, how many times do I have to be, "Please don't do that. I would hope you would stop."
But shouldn't that be something that you and your partner talk about in the beginning?
But
I have
you do.
I have warning labels.
But you do. You have this conversation over and over and over and over and over again. Men, for some reason, just don't listen.
Is that something that's wired in our brain?
I think it's something that's wired in a man's brain.
Okay. I mean, because we all guys say, because like I asked my other guests, we have a part in the story, and it's like, if you ever watch Baby, which I know you have, because that's a classical movie. Jody's talking to the light skinned dude. He's like, "You gotta understand, Jody, these women are unstable creatures." So like, I wanted to know what he meant by that for y'all. Like, when you heard that, was you like, "I am unstable"?
Okay,
or
no.
Why? And
okay,
then why are y'all
no.
unstable?
So for me, from my teens up until, I would say, my mid-30s, I was an emotional wreck. Just everywhere. Just emotions, hormones. It was just being on birth control. That changes your moods and stuff like that. I hated that. Then you have, had babies. Babies change how you feel and your moods and all that. And then, work stress and stress of being a person that wears so many hats. You got to be a chauffeur. You got to be a cook. You got to be a maid. You got to be a concubine. Look it up if you don't know what that word means. You gotta be all these things at the same time and then be sane. Oh hell no, you gonna get it from me, cause I've been under this pressure cooker and I'm ready to explode, and you just push the button, so I'm gonna go. Phew.
So what can a guy? Cause these stuff guys need to know. Cause guys don't know what can they do to take that pressure off their partner.
They can help.
Help how?
Okay, you can help around the house, take off some of my pressures. You know what I mean?
So that'll bring the pressure cooker down.
That'll bring the pressure cooker down. So like if let's say we're in the house together and you see that I'm studying, but I haven't started dinner yet, start dinner.
Or order some takeout, right?
Or order some takeout. Do something. Do something. Like, help me out. Don't make it seem as if it's my job. If I have a job, it shouldn't be my job to help with the jobs in the house. We should be at it together.
I like that. That's a good answer. All right. So, how you feel about like relationships? How long should a woman wait to get with a male?
It all depends on the vibe. I can't tell anybody to wait until this, that, or the third. So, whenever you feel you're ready, go ahead and do it. Now, am I saying within a week? Hell no. When I'm saying within a month, I don't know. But, it all depends on the vibes.
Yeah, I had a guest say from 18 all the way to like 25, 26, 27-ish, they should figure out themselves, have fun, grow.
Amen. I praise that.
And then after that, that's when they start looking for Mr. Right.
Amen. I praise that.
I like that. Okay. So now
because you got to remember,
okay,
you're in high school at 16, 17, sometimes 18.
Mm-hmm.
You get into college, 19, 20, 21, 22. All you're thinking about is what? I want to have some fun. I want to go hang out with my friends. I want to go. So yeah, you're not thinking about, oh my God, I need to find Mr. Right. I need to settle down. I want to have about like 10 or 20 kids. No, you want to go out and go have fun. You want to just be out there having fun, because once you are a mom, it's no taking it back. None. So I'd say same thing up until you feel like it. Go have some fun. Go travel. Go do things that you want to do. Start a business. Just, do something that makes you happy. Something that you want to strive for. Try it out. See if you like it. Nobody's telling you to figure yourself out.
Okay, so what do you think is something that females struggle with when they get into a relationship? What's something that they struggle to do or struggle to get back to when they're in a relationship?
They struggle to set boundaries. They struggle to tell the man what they want. They struggle with how they express their feelings. Not expressing their feelings, because we express our feelings all the time, but how we express our feelings is something that we need to work on.
So why do y'all struggle with that? What's is it? The communication? Is
hormones?
Oh, so you gonna put everything on hormones? What is like
hormones, attitude, how you were brought up? It all has to do with it, because as a Haitian girl, you didn't talk about sex like that. You didn't bring that up. You don't talk about sex.
With your parents?
No. That's big no-no.
Yeah.
Big no-no. So you don't talk about it. So yeah, so you don't learn how to express yourself or how to ask, or because you're already shut down. Like, that's not happening. Like, you're not allowed to talk about that, and you're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. So it's just like, ugh.
But did that make you curious, or was it like something you just learned every?
I was brought up in the church. I was scared straight.
Okay, so
it was ill to me for a good minute, and then had this shiesty. I'm not gonna call him shiesty, but he knew what he was doing. Talked me out of it. So, yeah.
So, when you say scared out of it and ill, was it like them the way they expressed it to you?
Pretty much it was, you do anything that you're not supposed to do before marriage, you're going to hell. I didn't want to go to hell. I wanted to live with the Lord.
We all want to live with the Lord.
You hear me? I wanted to be up there with God, living in pure bliss. I didn't want to go to hell. So it was just like, you do this, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go to hell.
Yeah, I don't want to go to that place either.
Oh.
I love Jesus. Amen. For real, like for real. I can't. That's the best way I'm gonna put it, man. Lord, you know where my heart at. So now, why do you think females lose themselves in a relationship and a man excels and he grows? Because
he's selfish. She's thinking about we. He's thinking about he.
Why you say that?
Because he is. If you're saying that he's flourishing in the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Where she gets lost in the relationship. He's being selfish. He isn't helping her see her full potential in the relationship either. Because she gets lost thinking about we, not me.
But
whereas he is about he.
But there's no conversation about that, like because you say the female is very communicative. They express how they feel.
They do.
So how long would it take for that? Because let me give you a scenario. So I don't know if you probably ever watched it. It's called Bel Air, the new like remake. Okay, so the mom and the dad are married. She used to be a famous painter, but she gave that up to support her husband, and he became this big lord. He took care of her. It's not like he became a bum or anything. Uncle Phil took care of her. They in a nice house, got money, got a butler, got all this stuff, and she's like, I want to get back to me. But it's been years down the line. So what you think? You know, what's the conversation need to be like, or how long does it take for the woman to actually realize, hey, I want to get back to what I was doing? Because she's so lost. Like, my mom was like, she wanted to start going back to the gym, but she has to be a mom. She has to work. Just like you said, the stresses of life took over, and she got into her marriage and things of that nature.
Like I said, he's being selfish. Because she's probably expressed to him many times that, you know, she'd like to do this, she'd like to do this, she'd like to do this. But he's just like, all right, nah, let's wait, because this is going on or that's going on. So, yeah.
But she's well taken care of, though. She don't got to want for nothing, though. Like, she got money, she got a family, nice house, cars. She's able to drive, do the things she need to do. So, why is she not happy?
Okay, she's doing everything that needs to be done, not what she wants. What's wrong with her having wants?
I'm not saying nothing with her having wants. I'm saying, like, if you have everything, from you ain't gotta worry about nothing. Like, everything is already there for you. What's the point of you going back to what you were doing?
Because
I'm just being devil's advocate.
That was me. That was me before all of this. Why can't I have a little piece of me? I'm asking you a question. Why can't I have a little piece for me?
Because I basically gave you everything you need. Like, you have a full bank account. You have 10 different cars to choose from. You have a butler. You have a maid. Everything. You
okay, so if I have everything, what's wrong with me doing a little something that's for me?
I don't know.
So again, that goes back to you being selfish. Period. You're not thinking about we. You're thinking about he. He.
I guess. So you're a big traveler. You like to travel.
I love to travel.
So what's somewhere that you've been that you'll go back to, and what's somewhere that you haven't been that you would love to go to in the next couple of years?
I would love to go to Africa, Tanzania, Ghana, South Africa, Mozambique, Egypt. Yeah, I would like to crisscross the continent. What was the other question?
Somewhere you've been that you would love to go back to.
Somewhere I've been that I would love to go back to New Orleans. New Orleans was fun. New Orleans was great. New Orleans was a vibe.
Well, one question I have for people who been to New Orleans, because I went, did you enjoy the food?
Nah.
Thank you. Okay, I'm 2 for 2 in that question there, because the food was not hitting on nothing.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Like, as much as people were like bragging about the food, I was just like, it's like,
It's alright. You
it's
know what I'm
like. But the
saying?
vibes, the
Oh yeah, it was
atmosphere,
lit.
the
It was
culture,
lit.
it was real
For sure.
clear. But I mean,
So, what's the crazy thing that happened in the water that you had seen?
okay, so we were on Bourbon. We were out there doing the bars and everything. It was me, your mom, your uncle Ronald, and Berto.
Okay.
We were all out there.
Squad.
Yeah, squatting it up. We were all out there just hanging out, going to the bars. And we see this big flashing light. We're like, oh man, let's go over there. So we make the turn down the street. And as we're walking down the street, the costumes start getting a little bit more less. Little strappy, little, latexy. It was just like, and then we started noticing it was mostly men.
Oh no! Turned down the wrong street.
So we're getting closer to the bright light, but we're noticing that the audience is more and more men in the latex and the straps and all that stuff. And your Uncle Ronald and Berto looked at each other like,
We gotta go.
we gotta go. So we turned around so quick. And as we're walking, you can see them, like, men going, looking at Ronald and Berto. It was so funny.
I know. That was a priceless look on their face.
I mean, we hadn't walked so fast the whole trip.
Why do you think men get weird around, men of that choice?
I don't know. I'm not a man.
I'm gonna ask that on the man segment.
Yeah, I can't answer that question for you.
Okay.
I couldn't care less because I think it's great. I like looking at it. I'm just like, okay, do what you gotta do, sis. But men, for some reason, y'all just yeah, yucky, nasty. Like, that's.
So what's some free game you want to give the females out there? Because this segment is all about helping the next woman behind you, giving them free game, because you've been through everything. You've been through motherhood, college, picking a career, all those things, and you've been pretty much so far successful, especially raising 3 kids. And yeah, the
halfway there.
the dangers, and then especially like raising, even though you
Young
wasn't
black
with us
men.
every single day, but you kind of raised me and my brothers too. Like, everybody knows, Auntie Dominique is one of the pillars in the family. So
I don't play.
So what's like something you want to give females out there that's struggling and want to get to the next level or just don't know where to go?
Don't be afraid to ask.
Asking what?
Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Because the more you know, the better. Never be afraid to get as much knowledge, as much information, as much whatever you want to call it. Just get as much as you can. Use it to your advantage. Because all this free game that's out here, all you got to do is just ask. Sometimes it could be just the person sitting next to you. Just ask a question, just give you all this wealth of knowledge that you never knew about. So don't be afraid to go get that knowledge out there. So ask questions all the time. You can't get an answer, find it from somebody else, but do what you need to do to get yourself ahead.
All right. So it's a Libra season. You are a Libra. So what's like the most, how can I put it? What's the most thing you seen online that was not true about you Libras?
That we are indecisive. I don't think that's true. I make my decisions and I stick to them. The only time I get indecisive is when I'm hungry.
I think that's everybody though.
That's the only time I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to eat, because legit I could be riding around and I will think about, okay, I want this, but this is closer, but this one's cheaper. This one has this though. This one has that.
Isn't
though.
that you being indecisive though?
That's what I'm saying. That's the only time I get indecisive,
okay.
when I think about food, because I'm like, But when I pick the restaurant, I know exactly what I'm gonna get and what I'm gonna eat. So it's a done deal. But sometimes it's just getting to that. What am I feeling like? Like tonight for dinner, I was just like, dang, I could really go for a carne asada. But the gyros hit different. But do I really want fries? But if I get the rice and the beans though. So yeah, I just I'm hungry.
But you just don't know.
Don't know what I want to eat.
What's something that's so true about Libras?
We are flirts. We flirt all the time. Can't help it. It's just in our nature. Can't help it.
Really?
Can't help it.
I think Libras, for me, Libras are the most like closed off, private people.
That's because we're observing you.
So what Libra, that like famous Libra that you kind of see similarities with? It could be a guy or a female.
Kim Kardashian.
She's a Libra?
Yes, she is. Zac Efron. Will Smith.
What?
Snoop Dogg has my same birthday. What's up? And
Wow.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, and Snoop Dogg share the same birthday. So I could have been the VP of the United States, or I still could be. Never know.
Never know.
You never know.
You're gonna speed that into existence.
VP, you know what I'm saying? First Haitian VP of the United States. What's up? Hey.
Right, so what's like the latest birthday you ever had?
The latest birthday I ever had, Nathan was there.
Oh, I know that.
We were on my, what was that? 37th, 38th birthday.
That cruise was lit though.
That cruise was so lit. We went to Mexico.
I think that's the most I ever drank, guys. And you know I don't drink.
And
like
I
that.
was the one who was like, come on, Nathan, take another shot, Nate. Let's go, Nate, because it was my birthday. We were gonna have fun. We were gonna be lit. Gabby was acting stank with the shots. She was like, I don't know. But we had a blast.
Shout out to Cosmo, Mexico, man.
Shout out
I think
to Cosmo.
that's the most I ever slept to after.
We didn't make it to dinner.
Yeah,
None
we
of us
didn't go
made
to
it to dinner.
Yeah, Mexico was lit.
None of us
man.
made it to dinner. That was
Mexico don't owe me
amazing.
nothing.
Listen, we had a great time. When we woke up the next morning for breakfast, everybody was like, but we still had a lit day at sea. Oh my God, we had the best time. That was one of my best birthdays. Second was my 10th birthday. My 10th birthday. Your grandma was like, yo, what do you want for your birthday? I said, I want a pair of jeans. She's like, you want jeans? I was like, yeah, I want jeans. Because mind you, all I wore was skirts, dresses, and the shorts that I was allowed to wear for school. They were called culottes. They're like skirts but shorts at the same time.
Yeah.
So they were weird. So I wanted a pair of jeans. And your grandma's like, that's all you want? I said, that's all I want. So she told me not to go to school. We got in the car, drove all the way down to Miami, and she just let me shop.
No way.
She just let me look, and I found the perfect pair of jeans. I said, I want these. She said, you want these? I said, yeah, I want them. She said, okay. So we bought the jeans full price. No discount, no nothing. Full price.
Shout out to grandma, man.
Shout out to
grandma. Making plays out here now.
And I was just like, yo, this is the best day ever. I got to hang out with my mom, shop, and get a pair of jeans that were just I thought they were cool. And a year later, Andrew hit.
Lost the jeans.
Lost my jeans.
Oh man.
It was that's Florida living for you. 1 minute you have all this shit, and then next second taken away. So you gotta not hold on to attachments. But yeah, that was the best birthday, because at the end of the day, I didn't think I was gonna get a cake. Your grandma got me a cake.
Woo.
You hear me?
She
And
2
you
for
know,
2.
grandma don't celebrate birthdays like that. So
Nah.
I was like, bruh. Not only did I get a pair of jeans, I went shopping. I didn't go to school.
And you got a cake.
And I got a cake.
We lit.
Best birthday. So my 10th birthday was my best. I had a great 30th, but that 38th, 39th birthday, I don't remember. It was 30. I think it was 38. It was definitely 38. We were lit from start to finish from 5 o'clock that morning till we got off the boat what was it? 4 days? We was on the boat? 4 days.
Chest was hurting.
Not mine. I was ready to go for another couple days. I was ready to go. It was my birthday. It was my birthday. But that night after Cozumel, I don't remember because all we did was we got on the boat, ate on the Lido, came to the room, out.
Yeah.
Out.
All right, man. Shout out to Auntie, man. She rocked out for 40 minutes, man. Tell them where to find you. Tell them your name. Tell them all that good stuff.
Okay, so I don't need you looking for me because I work for the government. So shout out to me. But if you do follow me, it's Dark Chalk 81.
Dark Chalk 81.
Dark Chalk 81.
Shout out Auntie Dominique, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe on the video. We're going up every day, all day.
I can't wait to get my girl back.
Yes, sir. We locked in, loaded. Love y'all, man. Peace.
Good night.
Yo, it's your boy Nate, man. The hottest podcast out right now. What We're All Thinking podcast. Man, y'all need to go like, comment, subscribe for real, man. This podcast going up. We got bangers on the way. A lot of bangers, man. Y'all review them last 2 episodes, man. Y'all really vibe with me. And we out.